Okay, let's get started. It's 10 a.m. So, hi, my name is Cheech from Ignite Search. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This is the world exclusive, very first search engine optimization audit that we know that is happening, and we're very excited to be here to share our knowledge with you, and hopefully you take away some massive learnings. Now, before I get into the details of the SEO audit, and also to let you know the featured brand website in this case, just going to have a bit of a plug and a bit of an overview of the company. So, Ignite Search, we're a digital marketing agency focusing on high-performance search engine optimization. It's based in Mount Pleasant in Perth. In fact, this is just an office that we just moved in, so things are looking really good. I mean, there's a lot of misconception out there that search engine optimization doesn't work as well, but that is not the case from our agency, because we use world's best practices, and we've been able to achieve very, very good results, which has allowed us to grow quite quickly, especially in this economy. So if you're looking for a cost-effective solution, right, for SEO or for digital marketing services, please come and chat to us. We're more than happy to share everything, and there is no such thing as secrets in this industry, just a lot of hard work. In front of you, you would have a picture of the website. So I think the best viewing experience for this is actually on a desktop. So if you can get yourselves to a desktop, right, that'd be great. Otherwise, right, if you're on your mobile, right, just bear with us. This is our first time just trying to work out the best viewing experience for both our mobile users as well as our desktop viewers as well. If you want to follow up on any industry news, we post regularly on things that are happening in the world of SEO, in the world of digital marketing. For example, Google recently released a video giving advice on how to hire or engage with an SEO professional. It's a great step forward for Google and for the industry itself. We're very glad that everything that we do, right, has actually resonated and married up perfectly with what the Google Tech lead, who is actually part of the video, has been talking about. And if you look at our blog post on that on our website, in our Ignite blog, what will happen is that you see I've included some additional points of reference that you can look to when you're actually sifting through candidates for SEO agencies, especially when you have more than one excellent candidate and you really are stuck on which candidate you should go with. So we added a few sophisticated, more advanced points on that. Now, for all those, just a really quick showcase, right? So as I said, we are at Mount Pleasant, right? So we're just right off the river, off Canning Highway, right? So easy access. So for those who are, maybe inclined to passing our way, who would like to visit us, right? We're very close by. Okay. So this session today, right, is about the audit. It's about a deliverable that usually happens at the first stage of an SEO project, right? So just to give you an example, the SEO audit, which is also called by various names like website analysis or site analysis. So with the SEO audit, right, it forms a part of our website audit, right? So the SEO audit pretty much is a task where we go through and we find out deficiencies with a particular website from an SEO point of view. Now, when we go through client websites, right, we do what we call a website audit, which not only looks at SEO, but it also looks at other aspects of the website, including conversion, and also areas including e-commerce, as well as other idiosyncrasies of the website itself, be it a publisher, be it a directory, and other areas as well. So today, what I'll be walking through is actually what we call a top-line audit, right? So top-line audit means on the fly. So this website will disclose that we have no connections with at all. It was chosen as a good example of what's been done correctly, and we actually like to showcase that as well, but also some things that we can look at improving from our point of view that could help with it. Now, bear in mind that because it is on the fly and it is live, right, we will put a caveat on the fact that we would not understand the current company status, and so this information that we're providing will be of a general nature, and for specific advice, right, like we would have to actually engage with the company itself for a more detailed analysis around their situation. Okay, so the SEO audit forms a critical part, and usually it comes after another major deliverable in SEO called the keyword research, right? So with the keyword research, right, that's when you actually go through and you discover the search terms that are relevant to the business and actually extract and insights as well as patterns and behaviors and trends relating to the keywords that are relevant to your business. Okay, so that's pretty much the basis of it. Oh, by the way, you guys have any questions at all, please pop it in the comment section below, right? Yeah, with our contact details, you can look at on the side there, which is our contact details. So if you want to get in touch with us, please do. Now, getting into the SEO audit, we'll get straight into it. So we got a 30-minute gap now. So yeah, there's a lot of touch points that we go through in an SEO audit, right? In our company alone, we have more than 80 different touch points, right? And usually they're separated into two sections, right? It's what we call on-site and we call off-site. So when we say on-site optimization, right? On-site optimization are things that happen on the website page itself, right? So things on the home page, on internal pages, on key landing pages, on the contact us page. So anything that is actually within the website. And when we talk about off-site optimization, right? Off-site is actually anything that happens externally. And the bulk of the discussion when we talk about off-site is about linking, especially what we call external inbound links, or backlinks for short, that come from other websites into the website in question. Okay, so in this session, right, given the short time frame, right, we're going to be going through primarily the on-site factors. Okay, so things to look out for when you're looking to optimize the website and on the website, including text, structure, and all those things. Okay, so hopefully that will make sense. And yeah, again, any questions on clarification and anything else, right, just pop it down in the comment section. I am actually monitoring that right now as we speak. And without further ado, right, let's just get straight into it. So the featured brand case study for today is actually an e-commerce retailer that operates across many states, that is actually based in Perth, up north. And the brand is a big retailer around mattresses and beds. So in fact, there's one just right around the corner from where we are at the moment, the business in Melville, right? So the brand that we're going to be focusing on today is, and drum roll, boom, bedshed.com.au. Okay, so hopefully some or all of you would have heard of the brand Bedshed before. I do think they operate in most states except for New South Wales. So for all the Sydney people that are tuned in right now, you may or may not have heard of this brand. It's similar to retailers like 40 Winks, Snooze, and those kind of businesses. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Bedshed, right? And we're going through. And again, just to be clear, we have no connection with Bedshed. But if there is someone that is actually connected to Bedshed, right, hopefully you would leave away with this session with some great takeaways. Now, this website, although it's an e-commerce website based in Perth, it really applies to any e-commerce in the world, because the SEO best practices, right, is always consistent. Okay, so if you want to take notes, please do. Otherwise, we're just going to get straight into it. Cool. All right. So it's going to bring up the laptop screen. Okay, cool. So the first thing you do is obviously you bring up the website. Now, this website is actually not too bad, because they actually rank quite well at the moment. So for example, if we were to have a look at, say, their current rankings, and we just did a bit of research just before this, right? And their top ranking would be Beds Perth. Okay, so if you look at Beds Perth, right, obviously you got Snooze, Brosa, Matt Blatt, Sealy, and then you got all these brands. And then you got Gumtree, Furniture Bazaar, and then you have Bedshed. Okay, so this is actually quite a good example. I mean, we picked this example because we are able to showcase both things that are done well, right, and things that can actually improve as well. So, let's just keep going. Okay, so this is the homepage of bedshed.com.au, and just by looking at this page alone, there's quite a few things that we can already pick up on. Okay, so the very first thing that you notice is you gotta focus on the URL address. Okay, so you can see here that straight away that this website is not SSL enabled, right? Meaning the connection or any visitor connections to the website is actually not secure. Well, now, what does that mean in terms of SEO and I guess the wider digital marketing community? Now, if this was something that we were talking about, say, 2 years ago, right, it may not have been such a large importance. But what's been happening is that in the past 6 months, Google, amongst other players, but especially Google, have been encouraging online websites to adopt HTTPS, integrate that into the website. So much so that there will come a time where, and I won't be surprised if it's already happening in some markets now, that Google Chrome, right, will actually showcase that big warning triangle message that says that your site is not secure, right? Obviously, that's not perfect for user experience. So the recommendation here for Bedshed is to actually get onto HTTPS as soon as possible. And depending on what class certificate that you are looking to get, right, they can start from less than $100 a year to maybe several $100 a year. So it is not a large expense, but it does a whole lot of good, especially for search engine optimization. Now, in terms of a ranking benefit, right, there is a slight ranking benefit to it, right? But I would say right now the proportion of the large proportion of the reason why people actually would go for HTTPS is for the user experience. Okay, so straight away you can do that. Okay, so that's fine. Now the other thing that you do straight away you look at is actually the metadata for the website. So we've actually built an internal tool, right, for SEO, and we've actually published it on the Google Chrome extension web store, right? So the website is called Phoenix, F-E-N-I-X SEO, and please download it, and we use it very often, and we're going to be using it quite frequently in this video live cast from Facebook, as well as further sessions down the track. Okay, so you can see here, this is the metadata text of the home page. Okay, so bed, mattresses, and bedding, bedroom furniture stores, Bedshed. Okay, not too bad at all. Look at the description tag, Sealy, Bitterest. Okay, cool. Bedshed, cool. So it has some comparative text. That's great. Keyword tag. So you got beds, mattresses, bedroom furniture. Okay, that's good. So just a quick overview, right? So in terms of ranking benefits, right? So title tags do influence the relevance and ranking in the SERPs. The description tags don't, but they do serve as a great area of messaging and including what we call call to actions or CTAs in the SERPs. Now, keyword tags, they've done well in the fact that they have actually included keyword tags and actually optimized it. Now, this essentially does not have any ranking benefit at all, but as best practices, right, it's always good to put keywords into keywords tag. Now, in terms of what I think, what we think will be able to be improved on this. So first of all, with the title tag, right, it's great that you have what we call product type keywords, right, which is the bed, mattresses, and bedding. But what they're missing here are two also crucial points of keywords that can be added. So one is what we call descriptor keywords, okay? So descriptor keywords are keywords that are related to the business itself. So if we look at bedshed and we say we go to single kind bed, we have a look at that, okay? And then let's say the website loads up and I go to the single daisy bed, okay? So it's pretty clear that they actually promote their products online, right? But actually they do not fully sell the website. So this is interesting. So actually, this is actually not a full e-commerce website. I apologize, but and we can switch to another one afterwards as well. So what happens is that with a bedshed website like this, right, you want to be including words like intentional words as well, like buy, B-U-Y, or deliver or send if you're on an e-commerce website. What happens is if you look at Beds Sydney, right, what you see is a lot of guys like Snooze and 40 Winks, they use words like beds online, okay, store and beds online, okay, so and sale as well. So a lot of CTA keywords that are not being used at the moment can be used as well. All right. So once you've done that, right, the next thing as well is location. So in this title tag, there are no use of location. Now, as far as I know, Bedshed is an Australian retailer, so they operate across Australia. What they should be doing is including the word Australia in the title tag. It's very simple. It can be done. So, for example, if you work across Australia and New Zealand, just put in the word Australia and New Zealand inside. Okay, that would help with locational relevance as well. So there are a few things that you have to look out for when you're actually crafting the metadata for a website, especially if it's a home page, because for a site like this, a big site, right, and one which have arguably quite a bit of backlinks profile as well, high domain authority, it'll be important that you make sure that this is done correctly. Okay, so now scrolling down here, now one of the things that we always look at straight away is something called the H1 tag, the heading 1 tags, right? So at the moment, right, if we look at the website now, there actually is no heading 1 tags on the homepage itself, okay? So heading 1 tags are like sub-chapters in a book, in the fact that if you actually were to look at a book and look at a sub-chapter, the heading would actually just summarize what's going to be talked about in that entire chapter. And that is what Google uses to determine relevance on a website. So the rule of thumb is to say that every landing page, right, especially a key landing page relating to search relevance, so product pages, services pages, right, should have a H1 heading tag showing at the moment. Cool. So our recommendation is to actually put modify tags around some of these text to become a H1 tag. And in the H1 tag itself, the H1 text, it should include keywords or search terms that they would like to rank for. A quick example off the top of my head would be bed and mattress retailer in Australia, or Australia's leading bed and mattress retailer. Okay, so obviously don't just put the keyword itself, right? Actually also craft into a sentence as well. Now, Another thing that we will talk about just really quickly before we ever look at any text at all is actually the page speed of the site. Okay, so if we go to the tool, go to General tab and go to Page Speed Insights. What this tool does is it actually brings up the speed of the website and actually gives a score for the mobile page speed experience and the desktop page speed experience. Okay, and this is actually an official tool from Google itself. Now, if you look at here, right, first of all, anything that's red, right, should be attended to as soon as possible. So with mobile here, it says it's 46 out of 100. Now, that's low. And usually what you try to get is you want to try to aim for about 80 to 100 upwards. And this will help with user experience, because user experience, and in particular page load speed itself, is a ranking algorithm factor as well. So some of the things here that needs to be fixed up is optimizing images, right? So some of these images can be smaller, so definitely look to improve the images that are actually on the website, right? So making them smaller where possible. Now, another thing is called as leverage browser caching, right? So what can happen is that you can actually create a directive whereby with the browser itself, you can store information. So the next time when you load the same page again, for example, the bedshed homepage, right, it will actually bring up a the website page faster, because it already has some elements of it stored inside. Okay, so and other things like eliminate render blocking JavaScript and CSS and above the fold content. So the main thing is to get the above the fold experience loaded first, right? So if you can optimize the experience whereby the bedshed homepage, right, loads the above the page first rather than below, that is great. That is the best method going forward. Okay, so going on, and as you can see, I've been talking on this now for about 10-15 minutes, and we barely started. Like we only just started from the top, and we only got through halfway through the page. So that goes to show that there is a lot of moving parts and elements when it comes to SEO, especially when it comes to SEO at this level. Because as an agency, we service the medium to large businesses, as well as the funded startups and also online focused businesses. So ones like e-commerce, publishers, and directories. Okay, so yeah, every little thing counts, and they all add up, and that is why we always have a very stringent process to when we're actually auditing and providing recommendations on a website. Now, if you look at here, right, so this is what we call the homepage text, right? So it's great that they have links to Sealy, Beauty Rest, Sleepmaker, Tempur, DreamSense, and Insignia, right? But what they really want, if they wish to do well and rank for, say, their key terms like beds and mattresses, and also what you call hero products. So in every website, in every product and service range, right, there's going to be a set of hero products that you'll be looking to target. So these websites will have either positive business implications if more of them were sold, or they would actually attract more search volume and search interest. So they just tend to be more popular in terms of their product types. So what you should be doing as a recommendation is to consider putting internal links on the homepage, right, to drive page rank onto those pages. Again, this is a general recommendation, right? But it's one that can be very powerful, and we've seen cases where just by adding internal links onto the homepage, right, it has actually boosted the visibility of the product category or the service category pages. Okay, so you scroll down, that's fine. So you got browse beds, browse messages, find store, that's great, blah, blah, blah. So all this, that's good. So, I mean, we're not going to comment too much about conversion at this point in stage. So the other thing that we look at the moment when we land on homepage is also the sitemap. Okay, so And by the way, all these recommendations that I'm going through right now are in no particular order. Okay, so look at sitemap. So this is great. So it has a sitemap of the pages on the website. What it does not have is, by first impressions anyway, is all the links included here. So ideally, what you would like is to actually include every single page on this site, including the product pages. So just use accordions or drop downs, right? And just make sure that you include every single product page possible within each of the different beds and sizes. If it becomes a pack fair, let's say for example you have 5,000 products or a large amount of products, and you feel as if you cannot fit every single one into the HTML sitemap on the homepage, right? Then you can create what we call stepped HTML sitemaps, or you can actually break down the HTML sitemap. So for example, if you go to, say, the beds page, right, then you have a beds focused HTML sitemap. Okay, so that's another example or recommendation. Now, another thing that we look at very closely or very quickly, right, is the robots.txt. Okay, so robots.txt is just a little file that the search engines read, and what they do is the spiders, before actually crawling your site, they will actually view the robots.txt, and they will view what we call the declarations on this, and make sure that they will follow it as much as possible. Now, robots.txt is great in helping the search engines identify what part of the websites are most important, right? But do be careful when you're modifying the robots.txt, because one change could actually prevent a large portion of the website being crawled. And if it's not crawled, then it's not indexed. And if it's not indexed, it will not show up in the SERPs. If it's a new page. If it's already been indexed before, then it's great, but it means also that page will have only old content stored in the SERPs. So any changes done on those pages will not show up. Now, if you look at here, there's nothing glaring that stands out except for one thing, and the fact is there is no XML sitemap declaration on the page. So there are two types of sitemaps. One is called the HTML sitemap, which resides on the website itself and is visible to the users or to the visitors. The other one is what we call an XML sitemap. So with the XML sitemap, it is a file mainly for the search engines, and it helps with the indexing process, meaning helping with the spiders to locate all the pages on the website that you want shown in the search engine results pages. Okay, so at the moment there is no declaration of the XML sitemap, so one would ask what is the reason for that. So we would actually look at the XML sitemap. So the default file path for XML sitemaps is sitemap.xml. Okay, so you just bring that up. Okay, so far nothing has shown. So that doesn't mean that they don't have an XML sitemap. It only indicates that there is no XML sitemap on sitemap.xml. Okay, so we would recommend to have a look into this deeper, find out if there is an XML sitemap. If not, create a declaration in the robots.txt, and then also submit it to Google Search Console, which is a tool provided by Google, and again, it's free to go in and actually submit the sitemap to Google, and that would also help with the indexing process. Okay, so it's pretty much 10:29 now, so we've got 1 more minute to go. Again, any questions you have, feel free to put in the comments and we'll answer them. Also, feel free to reach out to us on our number 9467-9883, on our email info@ignitesearch.com.au, or again, you can come and visit us if you're in town, if you're in Perth. So we actually do a lot of e-commerce website work, and it's actually one of our specialties as well. So if you do run an e-commerce website, please get in touch with us. Now, through the homepage, there's nothing much all. I mean, if you look at the homepage itself, right, it has a lot of text, which is great. Let me just wait for this to load. So that's good. Yeah, so a lot of what we've covered are probably the main things that we recommend optimizing for bedshed at this point in time. So that's actually pretty much 10:30 on the dot, and we'll close out now. Thank you so much for listening to us on this live Facebook page, SEO Audit. It's our very first time, so we apologize for any clinks in this. And look forward to hearing from you, and we're likely to do more streaming sessions down the track. So hope to see you again. Thank you. Bye.